Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome to part 20 of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Now that we have reached part 20, I'm going to start to wonder whether this project is going to be longer or shorter than Oracle of Ages. But we're not able to tell until we are completely done, of course. We are currently in Dungeon 7 at least, the Explorer's Crypt, the place is called. A place that is kinda cursed, you might say. Last time we met a Poe, a ghost that is actually trying to curse this place, making it more difficult for us to actually get through. But we were able to actually tackle him the first time. And now we're going to try to see if we can actually finish this place in this episode. We'll be meeting up with the ghost a lot more times, I can already promise you. Currently, we are going to get started exploring the basement floor. Let's head left first. And find out there's apparently a key in this room. There's a colored tile over here. Let's go see what that actually means. There's a switch on the upper ledge over here. And also a couple of souls. The switch will actually spawn a trampoline, not a key. That would be a bit too easy. But we do get the ability to jump. And we're not able to jump everywhere. Push it onto the colored tile. And find out that this is actually how it works. The colored tile won't actually get us anywhere, but it will actually give us the ability to see where we need to jump. Push the trampoline south 3 spots, and then we're able to actually jump on the button over here. We'll make a key drop, so drop along with it. And we're able to pick it up. Small key number 2. Now, we want to press the switch in the middle over here. One of the armor statues is going to be a real one. The other ones are just going to be silly enemies. But luckily we've got the magical boomerang nowadays. But these guys are not a problem anymore. Destroying them with bombs is definitely a lot more tricky to do. Requires a bit more timing. This is a lot easier. And once you found the correct armor statue, push it onto the switch and we're able to move down south. Come on, die please. 2 ways to go from here. There's a locked door leading south. And there's also this over here, leading towards the staircase, leading down towards the second basement floor. And here we will find the platforming puzzle. Looks simple enough. Step on the platform, and then it will start moving crazy fast. And the moment we reach the end, we need to time it correctly, and then use our magnetic gloves to push ourselves away. Like this. Awesome timing. I should be able to do stuff like this after so many years of gaming. Not a problem. Oh, here we've got flying floor tiles. Be quick, because otherwise the bridge is going to be gone. And first going left. Yeah, another cute little puzzle. Armo statues that are going to be moving around the moment we step on these buttons. And obviously we need to get them all on these green tiles. The key here is going to be that the middle tile actually needs to stay open. There's only going to be 8 Armo statues and there's 9 tiles. Get this horizontal line, which is the only line that is already lined out in 3, to actually move first. Then bring down this leftmost vertical line. So some room will actually appear on the top horizontal row, allowing us to actually bring that more to the left. And that way, the only remaining vertical line will actually have a gap in the middle. Precisely what we want. Then we can actually continue over here, or at least we want to go over here, but it appears to be impassable. Perhaps the dungeon item is going to be required. Can you guess what that is going to be, if you see something like that? With the key at least, we need to go back, and we actually need to start thinking about getting that dungeon item. Seeing an impassable corridor like that, I wonder what the dungeon item is going to be. If that is indeed going to help us make that passable. Right, 1 recovery heart. It's better than nothing. In this room. Now, trampoline in the middle. Of course, there's going to be some blocks that we can push around. Giving us ability to go in. Like this. And then we need to start looking on how to actually move this trampoline. Just like the previous one we met. Just jumping on here is not going to be good enough. The time of that being good enough we've passed a long time ago. We actually need to find the spot on the left side of the room that we can actually jump on. Oh, looks like it's over here indeed. Oh, nice. Thank you, game, for actually making me do this over again. This is just mean. If you miss this jump, you need to do the entire puzzle over again. But this is where we need to jump and make sure not to fall. And then actually get up here. Be careful for the spark and the Stelvo's Knight. And pick up the dungeon map, finally. Let's go check out what we have. We've been to 3 floors so far. And it looks like those are indeed the only 3 floors. First floor and 2 basements. 1 more chest on the second basement floor. All of the other chests on the first basement floor. One of them is going to be the dungeon item. Can you guess where we can find that? Let's return down. And actually make use of the second key that we got. Leading to this soul room over here. And it isn't for nothing, this room is actually a dead end on the map. Because this is indeed our second encounter with our ghosty friend. Let's go light the torches. You are tempted to actually use the slingshot for this, but because of the blocks actually blocking our path, I think the simple seed satchel is going to be what we need. However, if we actually try to light the torches this way, we will see why the slingshot is indeed so tempting, because we're not going to be able to do it fast enough. But luckily, we've got another solution for that. Equip 1 Pegasus seed, so you start running, and then switch your back again to the Ember seeds. And now start lighting these torches. Boom, thank you. So, you hope to break my curse. I'm tougher than my sister. I will stop you. Oh, apparently this is a different one, officially. But the same deal will apply. Next time, I shall leave this crypt. Apparently, these are Poe Sisters. There's 2 of them. We found the grave of both of them. But both of them are also very mad at us now, so... Let's go see if we can actually find them again. I want that dungeon item. That's clear. This room to the left is now the only place we can go. On the map it also looks like to be a dead end. However, this one does have a staircase. Another entrance to the second basement floor. If we go down here, we will find another key is going to be required. But luckily, there's no dead end here. We can also go this way. The silly enemies on the other side of the room are going to be difficult to get to, I guess. Oh, oops. Well, anyway, let's go try to beat them. We've got the magical boomerang. However, you will find out that it's apparently not strong enough for dark nuts. Surprising, it is good enough for Armos, but... But we've got a creative mind, don't we? Dark nuts may be stronger than Armos, but they are made out of metal. Have fun, guys! That endless pit is going to be your home for forever. Now, oh, help! Did not expect that would happen, but anyway. Try to hit the switch. Apparently you can do that by pushing this block and reach the switch. And then you will see these magnetic grapple points will actually start moving around. They will start spinning. Now we're going to be able to move to the other side. And actually start working with them. If you try to go here without the grapple point spinning, there's not going to be a way to actually get past this room. But this way, we can actually grapple onto them and spin around. And therefore we can actually determine when we actually propel ourselves away from them. And therefore in which direction we're going to be heading next. Try to get to the north wall over here so we can actually grapple onto this middle one. Time this correctly, propel ourselves towards the wall. And while trying to pull yourself back, try to switch direction. Oh! Yeah, like I said, this is going to be very tricky. Actually changing our direction in mid-flight, that's going to be very tricky. Definitely not easy to do. But we are allowed to actually briefly let go of the button. And then use our directional pad to head a different way. And after a couple of tries, you are going to be able to actually get on this platform. Containing 2 trampolines. The blue one we actually know that we use in order to jump up 1 floor. That we're going to be able to do like this. However, if we do, we will find out we are actually stuck here. Defeating all enemies is not going to help us. Because this pit is going to be far too big to jump over. Even our Pegasus seeds are not going to be able to help us. what we need to do is make use of our other trampoline, the red one. And the red one is a more powerful one, because this one will actually fling us up 2 floors. Now returning to the first floor. And here we can continue, because from here we're able to actually reach another pit that will make us drop to the north end of the first basement floor. Luckily, defeating the enemies will still count. The door is still going to be open. But once again, we meet up with another big pit that we're not able to jump over normally. These are all hints on what the dungeon item is going to be. Time for us to actually finally grab it, shall we? Which is not going to be easy. Yeah, like this. And then wait for us to return to the middle. It's a much easier jump in my opinion. Once we get there, we will actually find the rock's cape. Press and hold the button to do a double jump. And not just a double jump, we're also able to float with this thing if we hold the button. The level 2 jumping item. We can now jump twice in mid-air. And if you hold the button, also we're able to float down slowly. Giving us the ability to jump really far now. As I can already demonstrate here, even a 3 space gap is no longer a problem to jump over. Also finally being able to clear up why the rock's feather was called level 1 in this game. This game actually has a second jumping item. Now we don't even need the magnetic grapple points anymore. We can simply jump back to the beginning. And now we can actually start taking care of this block over here. We were not able to find the key in this part of the dungeon. We need to return to an earlier part. A part that we're now able to do because of having this extra jumping strength. And there was one place, if you remember correctly, where we were able to actually do that. So let's return to the second basement floor by this staircase. Returning to the room where we actually found another key. Wait for the platform. This time around we actually don't need the magnetic gloves anymore. We're able to jump this gap now. We're swimming in luxury. Once again, quickly go over the bridge. And then actually move to this section again. This one is going to be a bit trickier, because now we need to also steer ourselves across. But it is technically still a 3 space gap, and therefore we can jump it with the rock's cape. And actually reach this new part of the dungeon. On the second basement floor. Oh, these guys again. Destroying them is unfortunately going to be necessary, so let's switch to the magnetic gloves. The rock's cape is not going to make these guys easier. Definitely don't like these guys. I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned that. Probably my least favorite enemy in this game. But we need to spawn a trampoline. And that will only happen if we actually defeat these guys. Get over here. Gotcha. Trampoline. Now, of course, the question is going to be how are we going to use it? First jump on it. And then find out, no, don't jump on it over here. Push it north a couple of tiles. All the way to the water. And then jump onto it and try to maneuver yourself on the moving platform. Now, continuation. This ball over here. Pull it to the left. And then push it down the ledge. And try to maneuver it so you can actually get it onto the switch. Something like this. Now, it would actually work better if the ball actually stays on the switch. Small key that we needed in order to access the block. But in order to get to it, we need to go all the way around again, I'm afraid. Luckily, the dungeon is not all that big, so it shouldn't be too difficult. We need to find the armor statue again, because of course the switch is going to be clean again. I'm pretty sure it's going to be random which statue is going to be the correct one. That will actually change up. We can already see it's a different one than last time. But it looks like it's going to be this one. No, want to go like this. Right and up. Let's go try to destroy the enemies in a couple of these spots over here. And once again running low on hearts. I'm going to blame the power ring for everything. But I still like keeping it around. Let's move on, back to where we were. Staircase over here. Second entry into the second basement floor. And go through the block. Finally. final part of the dungeon will open up. Let's try to find the mini-boss next. You know who that is going to be. We actually found 2 Poe Sisters. Both of them actually swore some revenge on us. But we still need to defeat them definitively. Let's go continue in this place. We are far from done yet. This arena here looks interesting. But we need to go all the way around in order to get into it. This middle section is for later. As you can see, not accessible from here. What we need to do is fall into this pit over here. And use our rockscape to keep on jumping around so we don't actually fall in the pits over here. All of these cracked floors are going to be tricky to work with, but we do still need to defeat these mini Moldorms. But luckily the tiles to the door are actually normal tiles, so we can actually also stand around over there and wait for the mini Moldorms to actually appear over there. Also a way you can try to do this. But either way, destroy them and the door will open. It's your choice how you're going to do it. And then we actually need to do a very tricky jump. Pretty far and diagonally. This is going to test our skills with the rockscape to the max. But we are definitely able to reach a jump like this. And once we're able to jump onto the switch, the doorway will open. Going into the mini-boss room. An ember seed is what we get for it. We meet again. Will you break our curse? Or will we break you? Time will tell. Mini-boss time. Of course, it's going to be the same fight that we did a moment ago, but now both of the poses at the same time. It is not really going to make this fight harder or anything, but that is what we need to do at least. No, never. I'll come back to haunt you. No, and there goes the second one as well. 2 birds with 1 stone. Awesome. Also love that Ocarina of Time reference, by the way. This game definitely is not able to resist all of these older Zelda game references. We have seen plenty of them. And even here, we're meeting up with them again. Perhaps the dungeon boss is also going to be another one. It's not going to be very surprising. But anyway, talking about the boss, we still need to go after that boss key, of course. That is going to be our next step, and probably also going to be the final one. Already pretty far into the episode, I see, so... finishing this place entirely is going to be too much to ask, I think. But I still can try going for the boss key and make that my stopping point. There's also a chest in this room, by the way, so... look at the staircase as well, and you're going to be able to pinpoint where we need to go. And find 1 whole rupee. I love how the game actually does not even give any extra explanation about it. Just ... So useless. But okay, the boss key is also going to be at the end of this area. What we need to do is actually find the southeasternmost staircase. Oh, no, wait, it's the other way around. The boss door is actually the southeasternmost staircase. We need to go towards that one over there. That actually leads to the room north of here. And that is where the boss key is going to be. My apologies. Sometimes I mix stuff up in my head. So, another grapple point puzzle. Luckily, this one is going to be a bit easier because we don't have to change direction while actually moving around. We can do it while being stuck on the wall. It feels a bit easier. And that way, use our awesome jumping capabilities to get to this part of the room. And moving on to the next. Where we actually get the jingle that we're looking for. A key is in this room. Guess which key that is going to be. A regular key, because you can actually see a normal door over there. Oh, I was trying to build up the tension, but we were already able to see a regular key door in the screen, so... that actually failed. Failed joke. But anyway, with that normal key... Oh, apparently we need to push this block. Would have made more sense to actually have that other one, but no matter what, we're able to go in this door. And actually do a pretty fun little puzzle over here. First we need to go around. And then actually enter it. As you can see, there are 3 switches and there's going to be statues corresponding them. 1, 2 and 3. That's going to be the order. We need to jump on these buttons. So what we need to do is actually jump over these first two. Don't accidentally land on number 3. I think it's going to be a bit easier to do with the Pegasus seed, so allow me. Also reset the puzzle, of course. And then jump. Jump back to number 2. And then onto number 3. Luckily you're allowed to fall, because it won't reset the room. And if we do it correctly, a bridge will actually form, giving us the ability to go over here. Button. Ooh, and a red trampoline. We're going to be jumping up 2 floors. However, the first basement floor we're also going to check out, so keep your eyes open. What we see over here, while landing on this platform over here. The owl statue up here is going to be able to give you a hint on what you need to do, but I can actually skip out on that and just tell you immediately what we need to do. The switches on the left side actually need to change around. The top one needs to be blue and the bottom one needs to be red. So hit them both once. And then we actually need to check out the other side. There's also going to be a staircase in the other side. That's going to be obvious. And 2 more switches for us to hit. And these ones need to be red, both of them. So only hit the bottom one once. And if they're actually in the correct order, the doorway will open, leading north. Where we need to defeat all enemies. And we will finally be able to get our big key. Or boss key, like it's called in this game. Sometimes the big key also opens other doors, and then it's usually called big key. But in a game like this, it only opens the boss door. And therefore, it is a boss key. Awesome. 20 minutes have passed. So this is going to be the end of this episode. Next time, we're going to be beginning the episode by taking on the boss. And we will continue heading towards Dungeon 8. And perhaps start thinking about finishing this game. Next time, I will actually begin at the boss door. We've already seen where it was, so... I will simply head back there and I will say thank you for watching and Treecks out.